Good morning, everyone. Thanks for stopping by the Shelly's Millions California EDD Unemployment Q&A. Happy 4th of July. Please be safe, everyone. Let's get into your questions. First of all, everybody's having trouble logging on again to certify today. So unfortunately, that's normal. I also just want to share my thoughts about whether those of you who are able to log on to certify will actually be paid tomorrow. Here's my experience, right? You're going to have a lot of people say, yes, you'll get paid tomorrow. It's all computerized, but because tomorrow's the observed holiday, I don't think you're going to see that payment tomorrow. It is very, very, very common when the holiday falls on a Monday or the observed holiday falls on a Monday for the payments to be pending an extra day or two. So that's what I would expect, that it won't quite work automatically, it'll work automatically. It's just going to take a little bit longer. Okay. Scotty says, certified at midnight for 1 week and switched to paid this morning. Claim balance is at 0 now, but no maximum benefits paid message or date to return to certify. So it's going to be about 5 to 7 business days before you see the message about your next extension. So I wouldn't worry about that. Not everyone's getting the maximum benefits paid message. So that's fine. This is, that's pretty normal. You should be able to certify again in 2 weeks from today, though. And if in about 7 business days you don't see the date to return to certify, that is when you would need to call them. Okay. Joel says, I certified last night at midnight and now paid. The next certification is when I will almost certainly be pending. Isn't today the quarterly review? The 2 weeks I certify for next time pending. I don't think it's today. I think it's July 10th, the week ending July 10th. So yes, next time is when I would expect it to get stuck in pending. That's going to be true for a lot of us. Anybody whose claim is over a year is going to be considered a grandfathered claim and could get stuck pending next week. I'm so sorry. It seems like they just can't get anything together so that we can get off of being stuck on pending. Siegel says the EDD is supposed to be sending letters to everyone this week. It's in regard to the changes on how we certify things. Any idea of what they could say? 3 work searches any week. I don't think it's actually going to be physical letters. I think it's going to kind of be in the message inbox, the UI message inbox is what I would expect versus a physical letter. I'm sure some people who don't certify online will still get a physical letter, but I just don't think everyone's going to get a physical letter about the work searches. And really what they're looking for is for us to answer yes to did you look for work? And then you're not supposed to have to actually fill it out online. I do recommend that you do fill it out online, but you just need to keep record or keep track of your work search activities. And work search activities can be things as simple as telling a friend that you're looking for work. So you would have a notebook. You would say on 7/10, I asked Bobby if they were hiring at his bicycle repair shop. He said no, but he would ask around at other shops. So the date that you contacted your friend, what friend, and the outcome is what I would keep track of in the notebook if you're not actually listing places that you looked online. Okay. Andrew says, that he wants to wish me happy birthday. My birthday's on Tuesday. Every year I get kind of I don't know, some kind of funk right before my birthday. So yeah, it's on Tuesday. Oh, and it's Andrew's birthday today. Happy birthday. Oh, cool. You share the same birthday as our country. May your birthday be an awesome one. Go Cancers. Yes, we are both Cancers. Happy birthday. Vanessa says, she's with her nephew. You guys, she found out she was going to be an aunt, during the pandemic. And so she's all excited about that. That's super cool. He's starting to coo. Happy 4th, certified okay yesterday, got paid fine. Next time, maybe no with the quarterly thing going on. Yeah, I would expect some trouble after we certify for benefits, either next week or the week after, depending on your certification cycle. Michael says, you actually were able to certify this morning. You had a few minor setbacks, had to refresh a few times after it said page not found, but within 5 minutes, I was all good, which is a blessing. That makes me really happy. So far in the comments, you guys are saying that you have been able to log on. You guys know I'm also a moderator on an unemployment Facebook message board, and the people over on the message board are not having such good luck this morning. Wyland Skates says, I want to be sure I have this right. July 11th, a Sunday, is when the job searches are turned back on. So the certify date of July 18th, week ending 17th, is the first week to be listing work search. Yes, that is my understanding as well. Morning, little Rambo. Vanjie says, happy 4th. Supporting me all the way. Will I still do unemployment Sunday streaming after the unemployment subject is over? You hope so. I would like to. You guys know that I want to try and help you guys with financial advice or like whatever you're struggling with, or just to say hi. This is it's been my routine for a long time now. So yeah, so we can definitely talk about whatever you want. I might not be as knowledgeable on some topics as unfortunately I've become on the topic of unemployment. But yeah, I plan on continuing this. So you guys let me know what you want to hear about, or we can just wing it. But yeah, I think I'm going to plan on continuing it. Probably the Monday nights too. And guys, I think I don't know. I'm never sure from week to week whether the Monday night live is going to be at 6 p.m. or 9 p.m. So I'll have to let you guys know tomorrow. I tend to think that I open at the movie theater tomorrow. So I think we'll be busy in the day. And then since people have to go back to work on Tuesday, I think we'll be really slow at night. I think I might be able to get out of there in time to do it at 6, but I won't make any promises right now. Karen, good morning. Happy birthday. You were able to certify this morning at 7 a.m., but it took a few times, page not found, etc. Yeah, that's kind of what people are reporting, that it's taking about 10 times. Keep refreshing, and then that'll work. I'm skipping around, but there's not too many of you in here, so I should be able to get to everybody's comments. I lost my place, so I'm scrolling back up. What would a Shelly's Millions live stream be without me losing my place? Okay, Ben says, the work search requirements on the 11th onward seems even less restrictive than it was pre-pandemic. Is this true? If so, all we need to do is continue to answer yes to number 3. Yes, Ben, I know you've been super worried about it. Yes. Yes, but it is going. So notice that one of the things that the EDD, I think they even tweeted this morning, is that anybody who files after July 11th is going to be required to sign up for Cal Jobs, which is what it was pre-pandemic. But it's recommended for all of us that applied during the pandemic, but it still says the language is not for us. The language is not you must sign up for Cal Jobs. It's like we recommend you sign up for Cal Jobs, and if you don't, this could cause your claim to get stuck on pending and need a determination interview. That's what it implies for the people in terms of Cal Jobs who signed up for the pandemic. But anybody who is newly unemployed is applying for a brand new unemployment claim July 11th and onward. It's going to be a requirement that they must sign up for Cal Jobs. Okay. Oh, Daniel, I haven't seen you in forever. Are you back to work? Because, unemployment's about to end, and Jenny Silver still wants me to do a Shelly's Millions dating show. So I thought you ghosted me. I thought you weren't a contender anymore. I'm half joking, but yeah. Good to see you. Crystal says, do we have to put in info for the work search if they made us register for Cal Jobs? No, it's not supposed to. All they're really looking for is the yes answer. With that said, though, guys, it's so easy to complete work search. You guys know I kind of want to work at Tesla. You can go to www.tesla.com, scroll to the bottom, find where it says careers, like before you even click anything on the web page. Most websites will have a section that says careers. Click on that, see if there's anything in your area. Even searching for work, or like looking, like kind of browsing, that counts as a work search activity. But I would go ahead and apply. Like if you're on the website, get an updated resume. I really want you guys to have like a great job of your dreams once all of this is over. So, I think I worry that there's going to be a lot of people looking for work at the end of September when unemployment ends. So why not get a head start on the competition and maybe just like super find like the job of your dreams? That would be my hope for everybody. It is pretty easy. And if there's not any jobs in your area, you could just list not hiring. Or if you do send in that application and you don't hear anything, which probably you wouldn't, you can hit no response from an employer. And yes, you don't have to actually enter it online though. You can just keep track of it in a notebook. I do recommend that. That's what the EDD is saying, to keep a record of your work search activities. That way, if they ever do have any questions, if something else on your account gets flagged and then causes them to ask you for a work search, which they've said that could happen, probably pretty rare. They're not going to have time to do it for everyone, but they could ask for your work search activities, the history. So keep whatever you did written down in a little notebook. Johnny, thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. Okay. And let's see here. Sorry, I lost my place. I'm scrolling. Rasar says, doing anything cool on the 4th? Barbecue or dinner thing? Have a nice holiday. I'm working. I normally work the view from the movie theater that I work at, though. It'll be dead slow tonight. So if anybody's wanting to go to the movies or you guys don't like loud fireworks or whatever, tonight is the night to go to the movies. You will have whatever movie theater you go to, you will have that auditorium all to yourself. I guarantee it. But since it is so slow, what we do starting when it gets dark is there's a roof. It's not like for our customers, our guests to go up on, but we can access the roof and we have a view of like almost the whole city, like downtown, like San Pedro. Like when we're on the roof, you can see it from everywhere. It's actually kind of cool, and it's like kind of my tradition. And you guys, I've mentioned that I live a little bit, in a little rough area of LA, and the fireworks are super loud and actually kind of scary where I live. So I like being indoors at work and just going up on the roof and seeing the fireworks off in the distance and not worrying like, oh my God, is that one going to hit my house? And oh my God, is that like how much explosives were in that firework? So yeah, nothing cool, but thank you. I hope you all have a nice 4th of July as well. And then a friend of mine is going to barbecue for me on my birthday on Tuesday. Fear Clan says notebooks. I'll keep track. Yes, keep track in a notebook. Black Dragon says, oh, waving from 29 Palms, California. Is it my imagination? Do you wave from a different location every week? Maybe lots of people, I don't know. I feel like you wave. You're like, hi from 29 Palms. Do you travel? Am I crazy? That could be. All right. Jen says, I called with Claimyr about 2 weeks ago. I talked to the EDD and they told me to wait 10 days. I went online and the balance is still 0. Guys, anytime the EDD gives you like a specific date, I'm a bit untrustful. Again, on the Facebook unemployment message board, I saw a lot of people commenting. The EDD told me it would switch to paid in 48 hours. The EDD told me it would switch in 10 days. Some of the changes, they do happen automatically, but they happen faster if we call. Sometimes I think the reps have good intentions. They look at the problem. They can, and they're guessing, oh, this one will be automatically fixed within 10 days. I don't think they're doing anything on their end to facilitate that. I don't think they're being like malicious. I don't think they're, giving you false hope on purpose. I think maybe they really believe it'll switch to paid in 10 days. But more often than not, when they give you a specific date, if they're not fixing it right then and there, I have seen people need to call again, unfortunately. And I'm so sorry about that. So try and if you have a pending issue and they tell you, oh, it'll switch to paid in 2 days, or oh, it'll switch to paid in 10 days, say, I am experiencing a financial hardship. Oh, see, we already had a firework this morning. I don't know if you guys just heard that. I am experiencing a financial hardship. Is there anything that you can do to push this payment through now? Could a tier 2 rep help push this payment through now because I'm really experiencing financial hardship? Make sure to say financial hardship. Sometimes that unlocks some other tools that they wouldn't be otherwise able to use in order to get you paid. And I'm so sorry that happened. Ucero89 says, if you certify online, you'll see the notice when you log in to certify. If you paper file, you'll get a letter. Yeah, and that's in regards to your work search activities. Yes, thank you for clarifying that. I feel like I have not had enough coffee yet. Okay. Oh, Toya says, good morning. Jen says, what should I do? Please help. Oh, shoot. Oh, Jen. In your case, I would maybe email support@claimyr.com. Let them know what happened. Let them know that you should not really need to call the EDD back because they told you it would be fixed. But is there any way they could pretty please let you do one more free callback to the EDD? That's what I would do. You are going to need to call them. Guys, important reminder, it's not entirely clear on the website. The phone system, according to the EDD tweet, will be down today and it will be down tomorrow. Now, you guys know I normally recommend calling the EDD Tuesday through Saturday, but because the EDD phone lines are going to be down today and tomorrow, that means Tuesday is going to be a fill in the blank. It's not going to be pleasant this Tuesday. So this week, I would recommend calling Wednesday through Saturday if you have anything that you need to try and get fixed with the EDD. And of course, I do have I don't have it pinned today. I decided to get off promoting Claimyr just quite as much, but I do have a discount code linked in the description to save you $5. It's just off the first call though. If you need to make additional calls with Claimyr, it's going to cost the full $19.99. And then if you guys are having to use them more than once, that's I don't know if that's like Claimyr's master plan, but I feel frustrated for you guys that you guys would have to pay that twice. Anyway, White says, trying to do ID.me. It's not working. Struggling right now to verify another way. I need to call, I guess. Help. So calling the EDD isn't really going to help with that one, unfortunately. The best way to deal with ID.me is actually to send a tweet to Blake Hall. He's the CEO of ID.me. He's really responsive on Twitter. So he might be able, if you send a tweet, if you have Twitter and you can send a tweet, or if you know somebody that can send a tweet on your behalf, at Blake Hall and let him know what your problem is, and he will often respond with what you need to do. Also try a desktop computer. A lot of people have trouble if they're trying to just complete ID.me over their cell phone. Rob says, 8 certifications say received, but nothing yet since 4/8. Any advice yet? You got to call them on that. If you haven't been paid since April 8th, and that's right around when the last quarterly review was going on, you're going to have to call them. I'm so sorry. And again, this week, don't call Tuesday. Start your calls on Wednesday. And the good time to call is around 2:30 to 4. Bonnie says, happy 4th. You certified at 12:06 after fireworks woke you up. All right. Well, that's, hey, it's a good reminder to get up and go certify. I'm glad it worked. Laura says, you certify on July 11th. Do I need to provide work search when I certify on the 11th or the following certification? It's my understanding that it's the following certification, but you guys know, Jenny Silver and I have been advocating that you guys answer yes to did you look for work this whole time, because otherwise it puts like a stop payment flag on your account, which you don't want. Even though the EDD has said in the past that it was okay to answer no to that question, whenever somebody did, it caused people's claims to get stuck on pending. So really not much difference, but it is my understanding that it won't be next week when you certify on the 11th, because that's for the week ending the 10th, that it will be for anybody that certifies after that. Karen, yes. Oh, you were able to certify, but you had to refresh. I think I read yours earlier. Juan, good morning. You were able to certify at midnight and your payment went to paid. Will it hit my EDD card later today like usual, or will it be delayed? I would expect it to be delayed. If it goes through, great, that's wonderful. And some people, I'm sure it will go through. But what I've seen from doing these videos, doing California EDD unemployment content for over a year, is that almost every time Monday's a holiday, there will be about 25% of people, 1 in 4 people will go ahead and see that payment load up on their EDD card like usual, while 75% of people, 3 out of 4 people, are going to see it not be loaded on. And again, I would kind of give that 72 hours before I would worry about that. I think the EDD showing a status of paid on your UI online homepage is going to be a good sign. And it'll get onto the EDD debit card, but it wouldn't surprise me if it took longer. And if it does hit today like usual, tomorrow morning like usual, then great. But I wouldn't count on it. I would think it'll probably be Tuesday morning for the majority of us. Johnny says he logged in just fine. I lost my place, so I'll be skipping around. Bad Grandpa says you never received anything in the email on MEU Boost. And I heard they retracted emails that were sent out. Any news on that? So I'm not sure why you didn't get the original email. I did see you tell me that. But I think that the EDD just sent out like bad instructions. For example, I haven't made a video on this. Jenny Silver did. I've been really busy. I'm in a little bit of a funk like I always get in right before my birthday. But the example that I have, the screenshot that I was going to use, it says that it was going to ask for 2019 tax information. And then on theirs, you scrolled down and it said, please gather your documents. Gather documents from 2018. So which is it? Did they want 2019 or did they want 2018? I know Jenny Silver had an example where it said it was going to ask for 2020 income, but then said it was going to ask for like 2019 taxes. So what they told her is like, if you applied for unemployment benefits in 2020, then it was going to ask for 2019 taxes. So in the screenshot that I have, since it was going to ask for 2018 taxes, maybe they opened their claim in 2019, right before the pandemic. But the instructions weren't clear. So I think the EDD just sent out something that was not quite right and then retracted the email. So hopefully they'll be sending out more clarification on that soon. Okay, I am scrolling up. White, you don't do Twitter and no desktop, just a tablet. So I actually went to the EDD to figure out like what kinds of things you could accomplish there and like, was that office open? And the EDD offices, some of them are open, and you do need to make an appointment in advance before you can go use their services, but they have computers that you can use to complete the ID.me process. So it might be worth going to your local EDD office and using a desktop computer to try and complete ID.me that way. Diane, is talking to Andy. Okay. Andy's having some girl trouble. All right, I got to scroll up. I got to figure out where I left off at. Johnny again, thank you for the donation. Yes, Ben, you can be a suitor. Yeah, Karen's laughing that they're strongly suggesting that we document our work searches. It's real loosey-goosey language on that work search. Elena says, happy upcoming birthday. Aw, thank you very much. Fear Clan says, why didn't I find the channel earlier? This is awesome. I don't know, but welcome, Fear Clan. I go live every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. and then Mondays either 6 p.m. or 9 p.m. Crispy says, good morning. Laura Fox says, happy birthday. Ty says, how about if hurting cannot get a job? So if you're in pain, if you're not able to accept work, unfortunately, that is supposed to mean that you would not be eligible for unemployment benefits. If you're not able and available to accept work, that's kind of the criteria for getting benefits, but they might tell you that you would need to switch to a disability claim. So if you've just had like a back procedure, if you're not able to work, if you're somebody that's high risk and your doctor is saying, hey, you still can't go back to work due to the pandemic, that would need to be a disability claim. A lot of people have said, well, I just had a baby or I'm going to have a baby, like right when the work search requirements start. It's my understanding that that would need to be paid family leave. So unfortunately, unemployment is just designed for if you're available and able to accept work, but there should be other programs that you would be eligible for if you're not able to work right now. Okay. Johnny's saying he logged onto the EDD just fine. Mikey did telecert and that worked. Jen says you contacted EDD about 2 weeks ago about your PEUC to get an extension, but your balance is still at 0. What should I do? Have you missed a certification cycle? If you haven't missed a certification cycle, like if today was not your day to certify, I wouldn't worry about it just yet. 2 full weeks from when your claim balance first hit 0 is when, after you certify, you would see that balance go up. So if it has been more than 2 weeks since you last certified, unfortunately, I would call the EDD again. Carla was able to certify. A lot of you, that's great that so many of you were able to certify with no problem. Okay. Lots of thumbs up. Johnny says, so how long are we going to get paid on EDD? Through the week ending September 4th. So really just about 2 more months, July and August, and then a couple of days in September. So we are in, how many weeks are in July? We're in our final like 8 or 9 weeks of receiving unemployment benefits. And after that, the PUA program is going to end. The extra $300 weekly boost is going to end. Even if you guys just got on the 29-week PEUC extension, the whole program is set to expire September 4th. So PEUC and all of its extensions, Extension Tier 2, Extension Tier 2 Augmentation, PEUX, PEUY, those programs are all going to end. The only 3 situations where you might get unemployment benefits past September 4th would be 1, if you qualify for a whole new claim, if you have a fresh set of 26 weeks. The second scenario is if you qualify for Fed Ed and California's unemployment rate is above 6%, which we don't know yet. It's too soon to know. It's still pretty high. But I'm not a fortune teller, so I don't know what it will be the week ending September 4th. And then the third way that you could potentially receive benefits, and this is Bad Grandpa's situation, is for some people, when they filed a new claim, they did qualify for the new claim, but their weekly benefit amount decreased by more than $25. So if that was the case, they got like a deferred new claim notice. And so they were kept on the extension because that was more money for them as a weekly benefit amount. And after September 4th, those people will have 26 more weeks of fresh unemployment benefits available to them, but at the lower weekly benefit amount. Diane says, hello. Jesse says, certified on telecert and UI online today. Should I be worried? Not necessarily worried, but guys, I do recommend if you telecert, don't also certify online once you're able to certify online. I actually had someone last week tell me that telecert, everything happened faster for them using that method than when they certify just using online. So what's going to happen is you're going to have one that says original certification or something like that, or telecert, or by phone under the method type. But the second method that the EDD gets is going to say duplicate. So just don't let that confuse you. It's not necessarily a big issue, but one of them is going to say duplicate, so don't let that trip you up when you're looking at your payment history. Okay, Santa Cruz says, I will be certifying on 7/11 for weeks ending 3 and 710. Do I not have to submit work search? No. But with that said, please answer, did you look for work, as yes. Please do that, because otherwise it can be a stop payment indicator on your account. I've got 201 of you in here. Now is a really good time to mention about work search, because I get asked a lot. What if I'm still working part-time, but my hours haven't increased? Do I still need to complete work search? And people who say that they're furloughed, do I still need to complete work search? I still believe I'm going back to my company. They just haven't called me back yet. You guys know that since Jenny Silver and I have always recommended answering yes to did you look for work, that is going to be my advice, even if you've returned part-time or if you're still furloughed and you believe that you're going back to your job. I'm going to do this as a reminder to myself that I want to say something else about that. But they are not making you actually list online your work search activities. Now, if you don't have a job to go back to, I do strongly suggest looking now versus in 8 weeks, when everyone, or not everyone, but the majority of people's benefits totally end September 4th. I would start looking for that dream job now while employees still have the upper hand. But no, you shouldn't, even after July 11th, you don't necessarily need to actually list the places when you certify. That would be my preference. But as long as you're keeping a record of your work search activities, like in a notebook, and if you guys have watched the channel, you know that I recommend every Saturday, or pick a day that works for you. Maybe it's Monday, because maybe businesses aren't open on Saturday. I did my work search activities on Saturday because then I could remember, because at least one of the Saturdays where I did my work search activity would be right before I certified. But make a habit, try and complete your work search activities on the same day, and just get in the habit of doing them. But I don't think you're actually going to have to list where you looked for work. So, and if you're back at work and you want to be honest, or if you're furloughed and you want to be honest, still look for other jobs, or still complete a work search activity. Remember, a work search activity can just be telling a friend that you're looking for work. It could be brushing up on your resume. And this is what my reminder was to myself. For those of you who are furloughed, if you're hearing that a lot of your coworkers have been called back, but you haven't been called back yet, unless you have like a set date that you're going to return back to work, I would maybe legitimately look for other work, or I would at least call your employer and say, hey, when do you plan on bringing me back? If you know that a lot of your coworkers have gone back. Okay. Andy says, why are mothers so cruel? The mother of your child got an attorney, so you cannot see your child. Her brothers make a lot of money and you're stuck in the mud. Prayers are stronger than money. Yes, Andy. And I'm sorry about everything that's going on for you. And I just wish you the best with all of that. And hopefully one day, even if you're not able to win this fight with the attorneys, I believe that your son is going to know that you fought for him. You can go back and show him, see, I wanted to see you. Look how much I wanted to see you. Like these videos will be up. You can reference it, that you put it in writing, how bad you're hoping to see your son. Thank you, Diane, saying happy birthday and love the channel. I really appreciate that. Andy saying happy 4th of July. Yes, please be safe, everyone. Hi, Myra. Catalina says, have a wonderful 4th of July. You guys are so great. Jesse says, certified through phone and UI online. We just answered that one. Support for Andy. Mayor Bear, I haven't seen you in a while either. You were due an extension on your new claim and was told that it would be on there today, and it's not. Can't even call today. Yeah. So has it been 2 full weeks since your claim balance hit 0? If so, it should have been on there today. And yes, they're closed both today and tomorrow for phone calls, which means that since they're closed 2 days in a row, that trying to call and get through on Tuesday is going to be really difficult. So I would recommend trying to call them on Wednesday. You guys know I just like the 833-978-2511 number. listen to the long intro message, then quickly hit 134. Doesn't work every time, but it still works a good bit of the time. And try calling either between 2:30 and 4 p.m. or like right when they open from 8 a.m. to 8:15. Or you can use Claimyr, and I've got the $5 discount code linked in the description below. Anne says, happy 4th of July. Scotty giving support for Andy. Nancy says, you hit $0 balance and you're on FedEd. Do I have to reapply or is it automatic? It is supposed to be automatic, but just like one of the last comments that I read, Mayor Bears, it's supposed to be automatic for her too, and it wasn't. The thing is with that, you kind of have to wait the 2 weeks to find out, is the extension going to be applied automatically or not? Because when you call the rep, they're going to tell you to just wait, or they're going to say, that's when they're going to say, oh, it should be on there in 10 days. And then, it might not be. So wait. And it's normal for the claim balance to stay at 0 all the way until your next certification cycle. You might even get the maximum benefits paid message. Some people do, some people don't. But it is going to stay at 0 all the way until you certify again. In the next 5 to 7 business days, you should get a letter notifying you of the PEUC extension, whichever one you're in line for next. Whichever one it is will carry you all the way through the week ending September 4th. And it is supposed to be automatic, but if 2 weeks go by and you're not able to certify, that's when you would need to call them. Bella V says, oh, not all mothers are cruel. True, I love mine. And some fathers are deadbeats. Yeah. I love all of you guys, and it's not good to generalize. I know Andy's having like a bad situation. But yeah, you got good and bad people on both sides. Usually no one group is exempt. But I'm sorry. And he will know one day how hard you fought for him. I just know it. And I hope that you do get to see him. Black Dragon says, same location, because I thought you were waving from different locations. Okay, I'm going to remember that. 29 Palms. Tina Marie says, I've been probably pending since April and I cannot get answers. You can't certify and you don't know where to turn. Okay, if you can't get through with the calling tips that I just went through, in the description, there's a link in the video to find your assembly member. Definitely email your assembly member. If you email, that way you have a written trail of like when you reached out to your assembly member, what you told them the issue was, and what their response was. Make sure when you're sending that email, say, I am experiencing financial hardship because I haven't been paid since April. Hardin says they were able to certify. Edir says, I was able to certify today too. Okay, that's great. I don't know what was going on then over on the Facebook unemployment board. Julian says the work search is going to be the same. It sounds like it. There may be some slight changes. But yeah, you just really need to answer yes to that question. That's all it is. Scotty is also giving hope to Andy. And Tina Marie and Andy sharing more about his story. Tina Marie says, I'm so distracted. You mean you've been waiting since April? Yeah, no, that's okay. I think I answered the question correctly. Miguel, certified by phone. EXS was able to certify online. That's great. Please tell me the process to apply for a new claim. My year's up. So, White, you should be able to file a new claim online. And basically the EDD has said when your year is up, you want to either try and file a new claim. And if it lets you, then you need to file it. If it doesn't let you, that's supposed to mean that the EDD will automatically file a new claim for you, keep you on the extension because they know that you're not going to have the earnings. But you won't really know that until you either try and file a new claim yourself or you call the EDD to see if you need to file a new claim. And really, either method is just as fast as the other. I saw that you're doing ID.me. If you haven't already done that, you will need to do that. Welcome, new member Joanne. Thank you. Let me scroll down and see if you've got a question. I am a little bit far behind in the comments. Oh, Diane's reminding everybody to give a thumbs up to the video. I normally have you thumbs up when I take a drink of water or when I lose my place. So I'm going to have some, I don't have water today. I have coffee. I closed again at the theater last night and was there till almost 2. All right, I'm going to scroll back up. Zess says, hi, so my PEUC benefits have been exhausted, but my benefit year is still active. Will I get more weeks or not? Yes, and it should be automatic. But your balance could stay at 0 for about 2 weeks. And then after you certify again, that's when you'll see that balance increase. And if you don't, if you're not either able to certify again in 2 weeks or you don't see the balance increase after you certify, that is when you would need to call the EDD. Okay. Sorry, guys. Scrolling up here. Thank you. Trent wants to know if I can tell him how to upload the documents. Is this for your ID or is this for the extra $100 weekly boost? They have not sent instructions yet on how to upload the documents, at least not that I have seen. Thank you. Abe Dia says, you were able to certify a while ago, July 4th, 2021, and already shows paid. Good luck, everyone. Perfect. That is great news. MD says, I don't take EDD anymore. What should I do? Do I have to call them? No, you can actually just stop certifying. If you've returned to work and you don't need EDD benefits anymore, it's okay to just stop certifying. What I actually recommend, though, at least 2 certification cycles, so a month after you go back to work, I do recommend continuing to certify, because if you're working reduced hours, if your employer 1 week has you work 40 hours, so you would not get unemployment that week, but the next week they're like, oh my goodness, we're not as busy as we thought we were going to be, and they cut you down to 15 hours, you might still qualify for some benefits. So I would certify for about a month after you go back to work, 2 certification cycles, just to see if you're still eligible for any benefits from unemployment. And then if you either get the message that you're fully employed, which is the message you'll get if you tell the EDD you're working 40 or more hours a week, or you get the excessive earnings warning message, which you get if you've earned too much to qualify for benefits that week. If you get either one of those messages or a combination of both for a whole month after you've been back to work, then that's when I would just stop certifying. But you don't need to call them. You don't need to do anything. You can just stop certifying. Okay. I think I'm almost caught up. Nope. Oh, Afrin. Bella V is telling him I'll get to his question, and I will, but did I skip it? Mike Budd is snarling. Okay, here's Afrin's question. You guys, and please, just ask your question once, and then if I don't get to it, wait about 15 minutes and then post it again. Afrin says, I received a call yesterday from an educator, and he told me that your identity is cleared and your claim status now shows disqualified. Okay, so what normally happens, right, is since you needed to do the ID process, you probably reached your benefit year end and you needed to file a new claim, and then they had you go to the ID.me verification process. This is not supposed to happen, but it sometimes does. They're either bringing up your old claim, and really you should be certifying on a new claim, and so the old claim gets disqualified. Now, this is not your fault because the EDD only brings up one claim for you to certify on. It's not like you get to choose. It can also happen the opposite way, that they made you file for a new claim, so that claim's in the system, but you were really supposed to certify on your old claim. And since the EDD loaded up the new claim for you and you certified on that, again, you wouldn't know. You only know because it goes to disqualified. It's just certifying on the wrong claim. So unfortunately, the solution to that is calling the EDD and having them move the certifications to the correct claim. But again, don't call this Tuesday, because since the EDD is closed today and Monday, Tuesday is going to be really crazy high call volume. So try calling Wednesday through Saturday this week from 2:30 to 4 p.m. or right at 8 a.m. after the long intro message, hit 134, or you can use the link in the description for $5 off Claimyr. Viral for Life said, I won $2,500 on a slot machine. I didn't report it this time, but I will on my 2021 taxes. Thoughts? Yes. So I actually found an article. This came up early on in the pandemic with one of my other viewers. So here's the thing. Technically, you're supposed to report income, but it's generally earned income, right? And you won that, so you didn't earn it. But so normally that money that you won would normally go on like that second page, but there's not really a section that fits for those kinds of earnings. And even though you're supposed to report kind of all wages, whether earned or not, and that second page is generally what that's for, like royalty payments or retirement fund distributions or severance pay, other things that are not earned income, but there's not a section for that. I would probably not put it on the EDD certification since there's not actually a section for it to go on. But yes, anything over $11.99 when you win it needs to be reported to the IRS, and congratulations on that. So set aside some money for taxes on that. I would set aside probably like $750 for that just to be on the safe side. If you need a savings bank, you guys know I like Yada Savings Bank because might as well earn some interest on your savings. That link's in the description down below as well. But yeah, that is probably not going to come up. So I think it's going to be okay because there's not really, even the section, this article that I read that said you should report it said, yeah, the EDD says you should report it, but they can't tell you where or how to report it. So I would you already won it and you already have passed the certification where you would have reported it anyway. But since there's not really an area for you to report it, as long as you're planning on reporting it on your taxes, which it sounds like you are, I think that's okay. And congratulations on your win. That is super exciting. And thank you for the donation. And let's see here. Welcome new member, Christian. Okay. Oh dear. Diane wants to know, does PUA end 100% on September 4th for us that was self-employed, or will they give us state EDD only? No, the whole PUA program was created because there aren't state unemployment benefits for the self-employed. That's why the federal government had to step in and create that program. So unfortunately, if you're self-employed right now, there is not talk of any program getting extended for the self-employed. Jen said they did pay me with that duplicate, but once only. You actually got paid on one of the duplicate certifications. Welcome, member Nikki Gray. Thank you so much. Let's see. I'm going to scroll down and see. I'm going to start skipping around because we're at the 47 mark. Oh, June said that I helped you, so you are very welcome. Sarthak says, what do I do if I have a not paid status? You have to call on all of that. Alan says, will those of us still working part-time and receiving benefits need to search for work as well? I'm always going to recommend answering yes to did you look for work? Because the EDD really wants you to be back at work full time, and it's just going to be easier to hit yes. But keep in mind, your work search requirement could be as easy as showing your coworker your resume or telling your coworker, hey, do you have a second part-time job? Like, do you like them? Do you think they would hire me? Oh, no, they're not hiring right now. You're barely getting hours in there. Okay, good chat, Chad. Thanks for letting me know. It can be telling your friend that you're looking for work. But you would need to say, while I was at my job at the movie theater, I asked Chad if they were hiring at the place where he works on his second job. He said no. That was on July 11th. And he said he'll keep me posted. So I would keep record like in a notebook if you're not going to actually list places that you looked. And I do recommend looking for places, maybe even if you're not full-time, because maybe you want to be full-time. I'm not sure. But yeah, I actually recommend looking. Or what if you found another part-time job but that paid better in a similar industry? So I would totally go through the work search requirements. Yeah, it's my birthday. You guys like the video. Christian says, what happens if you get paid 1 week and 1 week is pending? Note, your benefit year is ended. Is it going to update? It depends, Christian. So that is very normal. Just so that you know, that's totally common. The thing is, if you don't have enough wage history in the last 18 months, not the last year, 18 months, the EDD is supposed to kind of take a look at your account and see if you have enough wage history to have you apply for a new claim. Or if you have any wage history, they're going to want you to apply for a new claim and see if you qualify. If you don't have enough wages, they are supposed to keep you on the extension automatically. But they have said that one of the ways that you'll know if the EDD is going to apply automatically for you, or if you need to file a new claim, is by filing a new claim. And if it lets you, then you need to file the new claim. And if it doesn't let you, then you don't need to file a new claim. So if you have the option to file a new claim online, I would try that and see if it lets you, or not tomorrow because they're closed, not Tuesday because they're going to have high call volume. You can call the EDD, say, hey, my benefit year just ended. That is 100% why that second week is pending. Do I need to file a new claim or not? And if you do need to file a new claim, you can ask them if they can stay on the phone and help you file online. Thank you. That was a really good question. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. I'm looking around here. Kay says, you got paid today. You know that your exhaust date is July 7th, 2019, but it showed I can certify in 2 more weeks, which will be the 18th. I think because I'm grandfathered in, the rest of that question kind of cut off. Keep in mind, Kay, that you're going to be one of those grandfathered claims. And when those grandfathered claims reach next week, basically, it's going to potentially get stuck on pending because of the quarterly review. So even though you see the certification date, it's possible you're going to get stuck on pending and that you're going to need to call the EDD. You're welcome, Afrin. Everybody's saying happy 4th of July. Chef Francisco says 3 job search. So yes and no. Keep in mind, they're really looking for the yes answer to the did you look for work question. Then most people on the extensions are supposed to look for 3 jobs a week, but it's 3 work search activities. So that can be telling a friend you're looking for work. That could be going to a networking event. That could be improving your resume. So boom, those are your 3 work search activities. And then you can just log them in a notebook. Okay. Mike, I'm worried what that is, so I don't know. DeWitt says $11.99. I thought it was $3K. That's in terms of winnings. No, if you, at least here in California, if you win more than $11.99, that's when it gets taxed. I know this because I play a lot of bingo with my mom, right? And I don't know, there's these things called pull tabs. I haven't played bingo in a long time because of the closures, but there's pull tabs, and that's why the highest prize is $11.99, because then those seniors don't have to report it on their income as earnings. Joel says boring. I'm trying to answer questions. Sorry I'm boring. I'm scrolling, guys. Afrin, I did answer your question. All claims pending beginning July 11th. Not necessarily all claims, just claims after that are over a year old. Candy says, what to do if you have called several times and they keep saying they put in for your extension and nothing. What else to do? It's already been 6 weeks and no pay. It is definitely time to reach out to your assembly member and email for their assistance. Make sure to use the term financial hardship and let them know, hey, I haven't been paid in 6 weeks. I am experiencing financial hardship. Is there anything that you can do to help me get paid faster? You guys, I don't know why, but the last comment about me not being helpful really got to me. My birthday's Tuesday. For this whole last year and a half, I've been trying to help people. I'm just reading the comments. Some of them are telling me happy birthday. When I get to a question, I try and answer it. There's space in here for Jenny Silver and there's a lot of other new unemployment channels. The EDD has a channel. I don't know. I feel like I'm really trying to be here for everybody, even though I've returned to work, even through my mom's doctor's appointments. And I'm human and that hurts my feelings. Just putting that out there. Okay. Back to the questions that I'm not answering. Kia said, I got a 10-week temporary assignment. You got a tier 2 extension for 11 weeks that started May 11th. Will I be able to reapply for benefits after my assignment? Yes. When did that assignment start though? So benefits under the current extensions are going to be set to expire September 4th. So whatever you haven't used before September 4th, you should be able to claim on the extensions. And depending on when that 11 weeks ends, that temporary assignment may count as earnings towards a new claim. So if you've had wages since first filing your claim, you might be able to try and file a new claim. Okay, Pete, when September comes around, many people will have been unemployed for 18 months or more. So does that mean they will not receive Fed Ed? Not necessarily. So I read that really carefully. It just seems to tie into when you applied. It doesn't seem to have necessarily a timeline, but remember, we have to wait and see what the unemployment rate is in California to even know if Fed Ed is an option. The unemployment rate is going to need to be above 6% for that program to still be available. Anthony sent me little bats. That is my favorite animal, you guys. So thank you. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Thank you, Miguel. Miguel, we're going to do a Shelly's Millions dating show, Jenny Silver says. Thank you, Mike, for the happy birthday. B72 says, I was wondering, Claimyr had expired while on extension, PEUY, on June 21st. Your claim balance hit 0 when you certified. You reapplied June 7th. Was not paid. So what happens next? Anytime it gets stuck on not paid or disqualified, or you've been pending for more than 2 or 3 weeks, you do need to call the EDD to get that picked up. Blind, nothing. I got all in my feelings. It's just, I always get in a funk before my birthday, and I'm extra sensitive, and someone said something and it made me extra sensitive. I got all up in my feelings. It's okay. Jose says, again for this week, he has to call again. It's hard to get through. I know it's hard to get through. So again, Tuesday is going to be a really hard day to get through. Monday, they're still going to be closed. So this week, I would recommend calling Wednesday through Saturday, either right when they open from 8 to 8:15, or you're going to call between 2:30 and 4. Those are supposed to be the best times. Thank you. He didn't really even attack me. I'm just super extra sensitive, because I'm rambling about this instead of answering questions, which is what you guys are here for. So I get it. Fabian says, my balance was 0 today. Will I get an extension? You should, and it should be automatic. But if in 2 weeks your balance doesn't increase, then you're going to need to call the EDD. Thank you. Thank you. And I don't feel like I'm just sensitive, you guys. So I'm not, thank you though. Okay. Bree, oh, hello. You're back at work, but you just stopped by to support. I'm glad that you're back to work, and thank you for stopping by. I have started to put out some other content, and apparently I'm rambling. Okay, let's see here. Oh, Joel. I'm gonna find Joel's question. I missed it. Oh. Okay. Where's Joel's question? I'm scrolling back up. I'm just sensitive. Okay, I'm gonna have to pick a random one. Oh, Joel. Where's Joel's question? Joel. Joel, I'm just now seeing your question. So I do see your comments, but I don't see the one you want me to answer. Oh, all right. So Joel, I got to scroll back down. Joel, I did not find your question. So if you want to answer that again, that would be fine. Let's see here. Jose says, if I'm getting regular unemployment, am I required to do the job search? Yes, you are. Usually during the first 26 weeks of unemployment, you only need to look for one job a week. And Angel Serves, I just wanted to say thank you to you. You're so helpful in the comments of all of my videos, and I really appreciate that. Jessica's Life said she was able to certify. Have you guys? Yeah, a lot of you guys have said that you're able to certify, which is great. You downloaded a private browser. Yes, some people have said using a friend's cell phone will also work. Choosing UI Online Mobile instead of UI Online sometimes works. Telecert works if you don't have a PUA claim. And finding an old email from the EDD and then following that link to certify for benefits sometimes works. All right, I'm going to scroll down and see if Joel asked his question again. Uh-oh. Oh, bye, Andy. Have a good 4th of July. Okay. The Big Avocado, many calls to California EDD since 4/3. First UI extension ended. Spoke with many tier 2 who said nothing wrong with your claim and have enough for the new ARP extension. Each filed 7 extensions, still no changes in portal. So I would definitely use the link in the description to find your rep and reach out to your assembly member, email them, let them know you're experiencing financial hardship since you haven't been paid since April, and hopefully they will be able to help you. Okay. Okay. No, Josie, I do not just answer member questions. But I am skipping around. I lose my place sometimes. I'm looking for Joel's question, which I can't find. But yeah. Okay, so Miguel says, sign me up. You fell from an awesome spirit. Aw, thanks. Edwin says, happy birthday. Thank you. Today your claim went to 0. Will I get an extension? Yes, everyone should qualify for an extension that will take them through at least September 4th. But you're not going to see your claim balance increase until you go to certify again in 2 weeks. Jose, you don't understand the job search requirements. Okay, so really you just need to complete work search activities, which can be all kinds of things. It can be updating your resume is a work search activity because you're preparing your resume to go out and look for work. You can tell a friend that you're looking for work. So like if you have a cousin that works somewhere and he likes it, you can say, hey, are they hiring at your place of work? That actually counts as a work search activity. So those kinds of things are going to count. You can go to a networking event. Somebody mentioned that they were a realtor. So maybe, but they're not working right now. So you could go out with other realtors and see if they're hiring at the company they work for, or if they need an assistant, that kind of thing. So you just need to keep track of it in case the EDD asks. The big thing that the EDD wants everyone to do is answer yes to, are you looking for work? Okay. Amy says hello with some fireworks and some hearts. B72 The last part of the question got cut off. You got a DE 1277 letter and another letter with a lower benefit amount. Okay, so the 1277 determination of invalid claim letter. If at any point you get that letter, that means that you're not going to move to the new claims. So you had some earnings, right? Which is what would make the weekly benefit amount lower if you would have qualified for the new claim. But probably it wasn't enough wages during the base period they looked at to actually qualify for a new claim. So you're not going to qualify for the new claim. They're going to keep you on the extension, which should be automatic. But if you're not able to certify for more than 2 weeks and your claim balance stays at 0, and it's been more than 2 weeks, that's when you need to call the EDD so that they can get you certifying again and get you paid. Crystal Slays, I keep calling because I've been on pending since March. Every time I call, I get a person, my call is dropped. What do I do? Definitely reach out to your assembly member and let them know that you're experiencing financial hardship. Do that by email and see if they're able to help get you paid. Abda, I'm going to mess up your name. Abdel Mujud. That's probably not it. What if you come back full-time and later become part-time? So earlier I was talking about that I do recommend continuing to certify for benefits even when you've gone back to work, because maybe 1 week you're working 35, 36 hours, but maybe the next week they only give you 10 hours. So maybe 1 week you would have made too much to qualify for benefits, but the next week you do. So you can definitely continue to certify for benefits even after you've gone to work. However, if more than about 4 weeks, 2 certification cycles, 1 month, however you want to count it, if you're consistently getting either the fully employed message or the excessive earnings message, then I would just stop certifying. Now, let's say that you stop certifying for like a month, or you've had excessive earnings warning for a month after you go back to work, and then they tell you, hey, we're going to cut you down to 5 hours a week because we're just really slow. We don't want to lose you, but we don't have enough shifts for you. That is when you would actually log on to the EDD website. And after you haven't certified for about 4 weeks, that is when you would need the reopen claim button. So if you could stop certifying for, if you know you're going to make too much, you don't have to certify. I just kind of recommend doing it just in case you might qualify for some benefits. But if you haven't certified for 4 weeks in a row, and then you need benefits, that is what that reopen claim button would be for, and you would need to reopen your claim. Josie says, so what happens if one is an employee and is now self-employed, still looking for a full-time job? So I actually think that that's an option. There was a time at the end of last year where that was my situation. I was working for the movie theater, and then I needed to start reporting my YouTube earnings, which are self-employment. So you're going to log on that said, did you work or earn any money? You're going to hit yes. For self-employment, it's net, and it's when you get paid, not when you actually did the work. So you would list yourself as the employer, and you would use your home address as the place, like the address for the business. But you do need to say, I don't know why this is. I don't know why. I just know that you need to do this. You do need to say that you're still looking for full-time work if you're self-employed, especially if it's part-time. That is one of the things that when I filed a new claim, the EDD asked me. So you're going to do that, but yes, still say you're looking for full-time work, but you're also just going to report yourself as a new employer. So you just use your name and your address. I hope that answered the question. Okay, Charlie says, do you know if there's a good website for remote jobs? Thank you. I don't, but I am going to write that down because I bet a lot of you would like to know that. So maybe that'll be a video idea, remote jobs. I will say this, one of the places where I looked was JCPenney, like the fashion retailer or whatever. And on the bottom of their careers page, they actually said that they were hiring remote work. The EDD has also said that they're looking for remote work. So I think when looking for remote work, I think I would still tend to kind of advise you how I normally advise you, which is apply for a company that's just your dream job. Maybe you love Lamborghinis. So maybe there's like Lamborghini customer service or like special order for parts for Lamborghinis, and maybe that pays really well. So maybe you go, this would literally count as a work search. I'm going to do this. I'm going to see if Lamborghini's hiring. Not right now. But like you go to Lamborghini.com or whatever the Lamborghini website is, go to the bottom, see if there's a careers page, click it, see if there's anything in your area or if there's anything remote. So figure out what like you really want to do in life or what you're passionate about, what would be fun. Go to that company's website, a brand you support, go to that company's website, scroll to the bottom, look for careers, and it should list if they have any careers available. And like when I looked at JCPenney, which by the way was not my dream job, but I was just like, I needed to do 3 work searches. So it listed right on there that they were looking for remote work or remote employees. So go to companies that you love, go to their web pages and scroll down to their career section and see if they're hiring remotely. Okay. Josie, I just tried to answer your question. Oh, okay. You're saying no need to go. There's space for both of us. It just hurt when somebody said I wasn't answering questions for a minute because like I'm like in a funk because my birthday's coming, which I don't know why. Tristina says Florida's still locked out. There are a lot of problems with unemployment in Florida. Unfortunately, I'm not as familiar with them as I am with the things in California. Crispy says, yes, remote jobs would be a good video. You usually use AngelList and Hitmaker. I'm going to write those down because I have never heard of them before. AngelList and Hitmaker. And I like that you're recommending that because, you know, I know that be careful with remote jobs. I do want to say that because sometimes it seems like a little bit of them are like not real job offers. So, you know, never offer to like cash a check for somebody or like if it feels wrong, don't do it. Okay. The Big Avocado says, oh, thank you guys. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to answer your questions. Nina Wynn. Oh, Nina, I haven't seen you in so long. Thank you for popping in. So what Nina just did by literally typing, Shelly, are you hiring an assistant? Guess what? Nina just completed her work search for the week. For one, she just did one work search activity. That counts. Nina, so the response from prospective employer is no, I'm not currently hiring an assistant. I would love to, and I think I need one. I need a moderator for my videos. I would love somebody that catches those bot accounts as soon as they start to comment. Unfortunately, you know, I know that Jenny Silver has made videos on her income in the past. My channel is not at that level, and unfortunately, I can't afford one right now. But thank you for asking. And yeah, thank you for completing your work search activity with Shelly's Millions, who is not currently hiring. But yeah, it's literally that easy, guys. Geo says you're on tier 2. You just certified today and got paid. Your last remaining balance is on the 18th. Once it's exhausted, will I need to file a new claim? You only need to file a new claim when your benefit year ends, and even then it's only if you have enough wages in your work history. If your benefit year has not ended, they're supposed to check to see if you qualify for an extension automatically, and they should automatically put you on that extension. But sometimes with the EDD, what is supposed to be automatic does not end up actually being automatic. And if it doesn't switch to paid, if you don't see that extension added to your claim, then you would need to call them to have it added. Oh, Francis D. Yeah, a lot of people are having trouble certifying and they're just needing to refresh the page or like use a different internet browser. So like iPhones normally log on through Safari. You can try using Google Chrome. You can try using a desktop, try using UI on mobile. Those are all a few ways. Okay. Oscar, you've just logged in. Can you please let us know if we will get paid tomorrow? I bet a lot of you want to know that. So, and I covered this at the beginning of the video. Excuse me. It's pretty common when Monday's a holiday to not get paid until Tuesday. Even if you see paid on your UI Online homepage, it's pretty common for it not to actually be loaded onto the EDD Bank of America debit card until Tuesday morning, because Monday's a banking holiday. Now, everything is computerized these days. So there will be some people, I'm sure, who actually get that money tomorrow. It seems to be about 25% though. And then it seems like the other 75% don't get the money loaded onto their card until Tuesday. So I would give it 72 hours from when you certify to see if it switches to paid. And then if it doesn't, that's when I would call. Bella V says you would be my moderator for free. Maybe I will add you so that you can do that. Let's see if I can do that right now. Thank you. All right, Bella V, you've been on here a long time. So I added you as a moderator. You could do things like delete the duplicate comments and just remind people. It's super easy and no pressure. If you want to pop in and moderate, you can. And if you don't have to. And don't take out things that might hurt my feelings. It's okay. People are entitled to their opinions. Okay, let's see. You're welcome. Nina, you're very welcome. Thank you, Edwin. FR says you applied for a new claim because it ended in June when it expired. You're on PEUCX. You haven't received any messages on if I qualified for a new claim or the 29-week extension. Are you stuck on pending? When in June did it expire? Because you should get a message about 10 days after you file that new claim, either saying that like an award letter or a letter about the extension or an invalid claim letter. Something like that. So yeah, you should have had something again. Mike Budd says, thank you. I have a cool style that's unruly. Not necessarily what I was going for. But yeah, you should either qualify for a new claim or the extension. But if you haven't gotten anything, and especially if you're stuck on pending, then I would call the EDD. Okay, Diane says, is reminding people to like the video. Thank you so much. Kathy says, since we don't have to look for work until the week of July 11th, if I don't put any work information for these pay weeks, will it put my account on pending? Answer yes to did you look for work, and then it should be okay. But I always recommend answering yes to that question. Did you look for work? Otherwise, it could cause your claim to have a pending flag. That's been the case all along. Will it cause everyone to have that pending flag? Not necessarily, but more often than not, if you answer no to did you look for work, it has caused people's claims to get stuck on pending. So just answer yes to did you look for work. Geo says, you're on tier 2. You just certified today. Got pay. That's one I just answered. Sorry. HP says still no certification button. So frustrating. Your claim balance has been 0 for 3 weeks and your EDD benefits end on 12/21/21. Every time you call, you get a recording. HP, have you emailed your assembly member? 3 weeks is long enough that you really should have seen some movement on your claim by now. So I do recommend, emailing your assembly member, and how to do that is in a link in the description down below. Make sure to tell them that you're experiencing a financial hardship. Francis, you have a fun 4th of July as well. Okay, and Crispy's saying AngelList is good for startup remote and Hitmaker is good for remote gaming industry jobs, etc. That's cool. And you know what? A lot of companies just need someone for customer service. So like, I don't know anything about gaming, but I feel like I'm good at customer service. That's mainly kind of what I do at the movie theater as well as management. So I feel like I could answer customer service questions unless someone was like, I got stuck on this part of the video game and I don't know how to get past. Can you help me, customer service person? And then I'd be like, no, but you know what? As long as my company lets me have access to Google, I could Google it and hopefully find that. find them their answer. I don't know. Charlie says, in case the variant gets worse and no commute. Thank you for the suggestion about wanting to work from home. Yeah, a lot of people want to work from home. Oh, shoot. Okay, Janera says, your benefit year ends 7/24/21. You're thinking to start a new claim the same day my benefit year ends. What do you suggest? I actually suggest about 5 days before the benefit year ends. So I wouldn't do it quite the same day. So if it ends July 24th, I would file a new claim anytime between July 19th and the 24th. HP says, does anyone know of a good EDD number to get a hold of an actual person? Not necessarily, but don't call. So Monday they're going to be closed, and then Tuesday they're going to be really busy because they're going to be catching up on the backlog from Sunday and Monday since they're closed for the holiday. So this week, if you try and call the EDD, try calling Wednesday through Saturday, either right when they open from 8 a.m. to 8:15 or again from 2:30 to 4 p.m. I have the Claimyr link in the description because that can at least get you talking to a rep. Yeah, but I would call them. Okay. Gio, thank you so much for the birthday donation. I really appreciate it. That's super sweet. Okay. Yeah. Okay, where am I? I feel frazzled today, guys. I think it's just like I get like this Cancers, which is my astrological sign, that we're known for being moody, and just every year I get a funk before my birthday. So I feel a little disoriented. So sorry for jumping all over the place. Ben says, mahalo for your greeting and have an amazing 4th. Your wife and I are wishing a brighter career in the near future. And I wish that to everybody watching these videos. I'm pretty happy at the movie theater and doing YouTube with you guys. So yeah, thank you. I wish everyone would get paid as well. FR says not stuck on pending, just says zero balance. What now? Haven't been notified on approval of new claim. So the zero balance is normal. And you should be able to certify again in 2 weeks. And that's when you would see the balance increase. And it's the EDD. They might just not send you any messages. Do you see the next date that you can certify? Yes. It's not my birthday today. My birthday's Tuesday. Like I get like in a funk like a whole week before my birthday. You know, I'm gonna stop saying that, because when I say, oh, I get in a funk every year, then I'm putting that into the universe. I gotta like flip my mindset and not put that out in the universe. Okay. Jesus says, if I don't add work search, do you think I will get disqualified? I need to certify today and I'm still pending. No, today the work search requirement is definitely not in place yet. It's not supposed to start until the week of July 11th. So that's not even when you certify next week, because next week, if you certify on the 11th, that's for the claim week ending the 10th. So it should be the following week. And even then, what they're really looking for is answering yes to did you search for work. You don't necessarily have to list the places that you looked or applied online. You can do a work search activity like you can do a work search activity like telling a friend you're looking for work, or going to a networking event, or updating your resume. Those are all work search activities that fulfill the work search requirement. But do keep record in a notebook of which work search activities you completed that week. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I do need to celebrate. Yes. Okay. All right, guys. I think I am about to hop off, maybe do 2 more questions if I have them, and then go. Mickey says, I really need help with remote jobs. You're seriously trained for the jobs, but you get responses from strange jobs. I'm qualified and educated to do specific jobs. How do I get actual job offers? Follow up with the companies. So maybe you applied online, then or maybe you even applied through someone like Indeed, but maybe it's for, let's see, do I know, like, what is Vision Quest? Is that EA Games? That's the one I know. EA Games. They're not too far from my house, right? I think they do sporting games. So maybe you applied for remote work with EA Games and maybe you did it through Indeed. So you're not sure if they got your resume or not. I would recommend doing a follow-up call and seeing and just asking that way, double follow up. It is a tight job market right now. I would maybe post a version of your resume online. Like I know on Facebook has free resume review. I would have somebody look over your resume. I cannot tell you, and I am guilty of this myself. In 2019, I was working at a different location in San Diego for a long time. And while I was there, a different company was hiring, and my friend sent me the link. And I did my resume in a rush, and I 100% had a typo in my resume. So put your resume on like the Facebook free resume review site and see if anybody has any like good tips for you on how to improve your resume. It's a free pair of eyes to like kind of proofread your resume. Things like that. Maybe other people on Facebook would have tips that would be specific ways to improve your resume. Da, 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 da. You wish your kid's mom had Shelly's voice. That's funny. Okay. Yep, there's going to be lots of fireworks all day. You can see the next. Oh, yeah, FR, don't worry. It is good news that you can see the next certification date. So your balance is going to stay all the way at 0. And then I can't remember if it changes right before you certify. It might not actually see the balance increase until after you certify. I don't know why you haven't gotten a letter about it or a message on UI online, but as long as you're able to certify and get paid, I wouldn't worry too much about the official letter. Uh-oh. Mickey, you're a COVID contact tracer. How long is that job going to last? That's kind of a cool job, but like, Niners said I didn't answer your question. All right, I will scroll up. Niners, you say fireworks, fireworks, fireworks. That's, let's start the fireworks. Is this the question? Getting rattled. Yes, I'm getting rattled. Niners, do you have a question? Okay. I found the actual question. You say, what about people that are just waiting for their job to reopen? Do they really need to look for other work that they can't keep once their old job calls them back or reopens again? Okay, I'm going to go into a little bit of detail on this. I am worried about anybody who hasn't been called back yet if their employers already reopen. I will say that yes, I plan on bringing back all of my employees, but we're open. We've been open since March, and I haven't been able to call them back. And I don't have a good timeline of when I'm going to be able to call them all back. So I worry, like, when is your employer going to call you back? The EDD has actually said, but I don't recommend doing this, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. They have said that in your specific situation, that you would be able to answer no to did you search for work. If you have a reasonable date you're returning, or if you've been furloughed and you believe you're returning back to work. But I don't recommend that because it goes on to say in that basically, I'm paraphrasing, but basically if you answer, no, I'm not looking for work because I'm furloughed from my current job, that it has the potential to flag your account, and then you're going to need a phone determination interview. So let me ask you this. I mean this very genuinely and very lovingly. If your job has not brought you back yet and they're reopen, do you love this job? This is your dream job. You want to go back to them? Because if not, why not truthfully look for your dream job? I was just using Lamborghini as an example. Maybe someone wants to work customer service at Lamborghini, or you want to do like billing and invoicing, or you want to order the international parts so that if a Lamborghini breaks down, a mechanic can repair it. Like, I don't exactly know what a Lamborghini dream job would be. Maybe you just want to sell them, but like find something that you love and you're passionate about. What if your employer does not bring you back by September 4th when these benefits end? That is my concern. So I recommend hitting yes to did you look for work? And then it's just work search activities, right? Maybe brush up your resume in case you don't get brought back by September 4th when these benefits end. Let friends know, hey, I think my employer is bringing me back, but they haven't said when. Can you keep an eye out for jobs that you think might be a good fit for me? Because what if when you're looking, like even half-heartedly, what if you find your dream job? What if your dream job pays better than the old job that you used to work at? So the EDD has said that in your situation you could answer no. But then it says that they may need follow-up information from you. And anytime they say that they may need follow-up, you don't want to create a situation where the EDD needs follow-up information for you, right? But you also want to be truthful. So that's why I think that even if you're furloughed or even if you're working part-time, you should still do these work search activities. They always say, right? Now I'm guilty of this too. I did not do it. That's how I ended up sending out a resume with a typo. But they always say that you should constantly be updating your resume. So that counts as a work search activity. So update your resume in case your employer doesn't bring you back. Talk to a friend. Maybe you have a friend with an amazing job and you want to work where they do. See about that. Maybe you want to switch careers. Like even researching potential jobs counts as a work search activity. All right, I rambled on about that enough, but I hope that answered your question. But so the EDD has said that would be one of the situations where you could answer that question no, but that they may need to get follow-up information from you. So rather than do that, I recommend answering yes to the question and then doing one of those work search activities. Okay. All right. One more and then I'm going to go. Well, maybe two more. Okay. All right, Niners. Oh, it was shut down due to COVID. It's a union job shut down due to COVID. Are they going to be reopening? Are there any friends from your union that have found different work in a similar kind of thing? Maybe you could ask them where they're working and if they're hiring. But if they're for sure opening again and they're for sure bringing you back, then maybe it's worth it, because I do hear union jobs are very good and hard to come by. All right. Manuel got his problem solved. I love to hear that. Pamela J says, if you work for a company that 1099s you for taxes, when reporting income to the EDD, do you put it as self-employed, such as you do for the YouTube? Yes. So YouTube is a 1099. I think it's a MISC. So yes, that gets reported as self-employment. So again, that's net. So guys, you've seen me use this whiteboard. This is where I wrote down about the remote work things. I bought this whiteboard for my videos. So I deduct that off of what I make off the videos. So any business expense gets deducted. Uber, even though you're an Uber driver, I believe that counts as self-employment. I know that there was a law about changing the gig economy. But yes, so you put yourself as the employer and then your home address. Thank you. Oh, yeah, Bella. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, I am going to end the stream soon. I'm going to do literally one more question. And then I'm not sure tomorrow. I will be going live. I'm not sure if it's going to be 6 p.m. or 9 p.m. Okay, let's do Judy's, and that's going to be the last. No, I'm going to do two. I'll do Judy's and then I'll do Mente's. Judy says, I got paid for today, but your last week and it went to 0, but no dates to certify again. I was on tier 2. What's next? So next is tier 2 augmentation. The reps on the phone may call it PEUY. So it's the third PEUC extension. And it's going to say that you're going to get 29 weeks of additional benefits, but you're not going to. It's only going to take you to the week ending September 4th. If it just hit 0 today, within 5 to 7 business days, you should be getting a note, a letter, or a message in your UI online inbox that tells you you're eligible for the next certification. And then hopefully you'll see a date to certify after you get that letter. If not, if it's like the Saturday before you're supposed to certify and you're not able to, then I would call the EDD. Did I just lose my place? Okay, and then Mente's question, and this will be the last one. Your maximum paid is zero balance and you haven't gotten any update on EDD. I can't certify. What should I do? So unfortunately, they're closed today. But if it's been 2 weeks since you've had a zero balance and you've seen maximum benefits paid and you were supposed to certify today, then I would recommend they're closed tomorrow too. And then Tuesday is going to be really crowded since the call centers have been closed for 2 days. So I recommend this week calling Wednesday through Saturday, either right when they open at 8 to 8:15 a.m. or between 2 and 2:30, 2:30 and 4. Not 2 and 2:30. That's too small of a window. Between 2:30 and 4. After the long intro message, quickly hit 134 and then tell them that you're experiencing financial hardship and that you don't see your certify button and you should have been able to certify. Is there anything they can help you? Can they add the certify button back? And yeah, but if it hasn't been 2 weeks, your balance won't increase until 2 weeks have gone by, and it's normal for it to stay at 0 for 2 weeks. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone gets paid. Please have a safe, happy 4th of July, and I'll see you tomorrow. And thank you, Bella V.